Hustle all day if you want it. Yes, Lord. Better know it. I was raised in the South, in the South. Yes, Lord. Hustle all day in the South. Yes, Lord.
Stand alone,
better know it. I was raised in the South. Better know it. Yes, Lord. Hustle all day if you want it. Yes, Lord. Better know it. I was raised in the South, in the South. Yes, Lord. Hustle all day in the South. Yes, Lord. Better know it. I was raised in the South. Better know it. Yes, Lord. I was taught to be a hustler, no, not a customer. So if I'm trying to get you game, no, you fucking up. But if you give me an excuse, that mean you tough enough. Then you gon' have to show the proof. So get your hustle up. When I was coming up, shit, I never done enough to finish runner-up. I knew I had to double up. And for the ones coming under us who wanna get a buck, if you broke, you ain't done enough. I think about when I was coming up. That's when life was fun as fuck. Now I'm chasing checks, trying to run them up. It be them other niggas bummy, bro. Them suckers, they don't got a buck. It's sad to say, but pimpin', I don't give a fuck. Hustle all day if you want it. Yes, Lord. Better know it. I was raised in the South, in the South. Yes, Lord. Hustle all day in the South. Yes, Lord. Better know it. I was raised in the South. Better know it. Yes, Lord. All day. If you's a bum nigga, know I can't run with you. And if you turning down help, then you's a dumb nigga. Now why the fuck would you run from the funds, nigga? Just forget it. Tell your folks they need to come get you. I work hard to get it done, nigga. I stamp my name on everything, I'm the one, nigga. Cause when the people see the hustles on one nigga, it won't be hard to tell the shit that you done, nigga. You make excuse after excuse like a bum, nigga. Then wonder why my number's heavy like a ton, nigga. I guess a nigga think I hustle just for fun. That's the reason you will never be the one, bitch. I hustle all day, nigga. Hustle all day if you want it. Yes, Lord. Better know it. I was raised in the South, in the South. Yes, Lord. Hustle all day in the South. Yes, Lord. Better know it. I was raised in the South. Better know it. Yes, Lord. All day. Hustle all day if you want it. Yes, Lord.
Stand alone, nigga. Stand alone, nigga.
Yes, sir. Yes, Lord.
And you know it. What's good, man? Welcome to Big Business Podcast, man.
Back at it, man. We're going to get into it in a second. Salute MA in the building. Early January 11th, Thursday, man. We 11 into 2024, man. We're going to rock out like this. And we're going to get right to it.
Time, let me pop my shit, man. Big talk. They done got me pissed off. $40 bottle, ain't no crystal. I ain't turned up in a minute, back to business, about to lift off. Bitch, I'm talking big talk. They done got me pissed off. $40 bottle, ain't no crystal. I ain't turned up in a minute, back to business, about to lift off. Bitch, I'm talking big talk.
Yeah, man.
In the building, man. What's good, my brother?
Man, same old shit, man. Moving, grooving, trying to get this album thing, man. January 19th for show, though.
Yeah, y'all get ready. It's right around the corner. What, 8 days away?
Yeah, it's around the corner, man. But
TTFV2, the True Form Volume 2. Hey, I already got my copy, and yeah. I done listened to about 6 songs last night. I'm gonna listen to another 6
another 6, another 6. That's
Okay.
how many goddamn songs on this album.
Yeah, man. It's 29 of them joints, man. It's been about 3 years, man. I think it might have been longer than that. I don't count the Arthur James project, so it might have been longer than I don't count the Arthur James project. That was basically YouTube uploads turned into a DistroKid product because I have DistroKid. So I'd be wasting money if I didn't use it.
Goddamn right.
But yeah, this right here, I say shit. It might be 6 or 7 songs that's on my YouTube channel out of them.
Yeah, but they still dope. You still like them anyway.
Yeah.
Most definitely, man.
But definitely Curl Smith in the building. What's good? MA in here. I see you. Came into that hustle all day. Hustle all day. Definitely on that Still Boss project.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Still Boss, man. That's still my shit, man.
200 Sub-O.
That's old news. We talking about truth form now, man. I appreciate everybody who rock with it though. Don't get it twisted. I appreciate you for rocking with it. You know, I pushed that motherfucker album for 6, 7, 8, 9 months, nigga. So, but
that's how you gotta do though, man. Promo. We were talking about that the last time we was up here, man. You got to promote. So definitely salute for that. But yeah, we got some shit to talk about tonight. We definitely do. If you look in the description, that's kind of a synopsis of what we're going to be chopping it up about today. I want to start off with Mr. Willie D. Mr. Willie D, man. Come to the goddamn
you are invited right now to BMG Studios right now, because we need to talk to you, my brother.
Yeah, that wasn't it, man. That wasn't it. We gonna get it. I'm gonna play this. You want to say anything before we play this?
Willie D. Well, let me just let y'all know. Willie D, of course, he's a rapper from the Ghetto Boys, old school rap group. Got a podcast on YouTube, and y'all know Cat Williams just broke the internet with his interview with Shannon Sharp over there at Club Shay Shay. Now Willie D said it was his turn. So play that beautiful bean footage, my brother.
but definitely salute. I mean, salute the brother, man, for I guess, you know, salute Cat for going to him. Cat ain't going to Gale. He ain't going to CBS and all these. So definitely salute the Cat for even going over here and doing it. Salute to him for going to Shannon Sharp and you know, he keeping it where I think it should be at. Yeah.
Carrie, you said I was too loud? My fault. Let me make sure my vocals ain't too damn loud. Yeah, you can go ahead, bro.
Yeah, you sound straight. D-Love in the building. What's good? We're gonna play this real quick. It ain't that long.
Sounds like Stop or something. I don't know.
Right. But man, we appreciate you coming on the show, man.
I appreciate you having me. You're an icon and a legend yourself, and just the fact that you would spend time interviewing others is magnificent. And nobody asks worse questions. You have the worst questions in all of interviewing, and you can count on it. Nobody's gonna mimic your questions. So yeah, it's an honor. Thank you.
I appreciate you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Cat Williams.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
They're wrong for that shit, though. Man.
Hey, funny part about it, he still said, I appreciate it. Like, thank you for that. I mean, up ass comment you just gave me.
Well, what else can a man do at that point? That was the end of the very end of the interview. I will give you the worst interviews. The worst.
Cat Williams ain't that shit, bro.
He wouldn't be him if he ain't do it though, man. But some of the questions, like the shit about Ali Sadiq, the world wants to know. The world wants to know about the beef with you and Ali Sadiq. I don't know. It to me, I watched about the first 15 minutes. Then it wasn't. I was like, this is. I sped forward 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It just wasn't it. Especially after you just seen what you seen for 2.5 hours over there. It was. I don't know, man.
Did you listen to more of the questions? Because, I mean, for those who haven't seen the interview, I'm pretty sure they want to know why Cat feel the way he do. You know, and not only Cat, it's a lot of people who actually watch that interview feel the same way. Like, this is a lame-ass damn interview.
And the comment section eating it up. You know, they definitely eating it up. But he basically put everything on the table already. So it's definitely, from the start, it's a hard interview off the top. It's a hard interview off the top because you try, everything is already out. Now, when it comes to asking about Ali, like, there's certain research that people do when they do interviews, and you can tell when they're doing it that they did, some research. Like if he would have, and I don't know if he did. Like I said, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I couldn't sit through it. But like something he could have did was bring up, Rick, all the responses that were to him. All of those responses to his Shay would have been the questions, basically.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that to the Luda. I don't know. Maybe he did, but
hey, Cat, come on over here. We got some questions for your ass. Nah, but you hit it on the head when you said, like, the interview he did at Club Shay with Shannon Sharp. He laid everything on the damn table. Shannon Sharp. He does this stuff. He understands, and I'm pretty sure he got a team that helps him as well, which I don't know if Willie D does or not. Obviously he don't, or if he do, they suck. But it is kind of hard to follow up an interview that damn near broke the internet. You know what I'm saying? 30-something million views. It's hard to follow up with that, but at the same time, it could have been better.
Oh yeah. It's one of them things, man. I really don't have much more on it. Carol Smith says she want to see if she taller than Cat, I guess.
Probably. How tall are you?
They give you 5 something. But one thing, man. He said, Cat said in that shit, he read 3,000 books a day for a year. He read 3,000 books in a year. So that means you read 9 books a year? Like, I don't know.
I think it's foolishness.
Come on, bro.
It sounded good, but if you do the math, 3,000 books in a year is 9 books a day almost, or some shit.
Come on, bro. Come on. You believe that?
Hey, I'm just the messenger, man. I'm just the messenger. But when people they when you fuck with someone, which I do fuck with Cat Williams, but some of the shit you say, the 3,000 books in a year. If I do the math, I'm hitting my calculator one time. Okay, so you read 9 books a day for a year.
That means he wasn't doing nothing else in life, or was he reading short stories that was like 10 pages?
Well, yeah, that would be the other. That would be the other thing where the books was 5 pages long. If the book 5 pages long, you can read 9 books a day, but books of substance, yeah, man.
He ain't reading shit like The Great Gatsby or the Bible. Goddamn it! Nah, we know you ain't do that. That could have been one of them books you read, because reading one of them gonna take you some days, if not a month.
Oh yeah,
especially we talking about the Bible anyway.
So anyway, I you know, we did the whole stream over there about on your channel, boss, about kind of our little recap, and we didn't even get to everything, but I don't at this point, you know, I don't know. We may can go back and touch on some things later, but we definitely got some other things to get into.
Yeah, we ain't gonna continue to ride that way. We talked about it, but if y'all have anything y'all got questions about or would like for us to talk about, feel free. Matter of fact, let me drop this in the chat real quick because I actually added this. We have a Facebook, the BMG Club on Facebook. I think Miss Carol knows about it. If I don't have you as a friend on Facebook, then I can't add you. But I'm gonna drop the link in the chat where you can actually give us ideas of shows or feedback on shows that we have done, or we drop music in there as well. So yeah, come on over to the Facebook club. We chat, we chop it up. Well, I'll be in there most of the time. We just don't really be on Facebook, but I'm definitely trying to be active on that page.
Right.
And if you drop us any ideas, anything like that, we'll definitely chop it up backstage and see what we can come up with. So yeah, come on over and join us on Facebook, the BMG Club. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. We gonna have to get Rob here one day, man. Rob been over there going live on her channel, and I've been peeping that. So
I ain't getting no notifications.
well, I think the last one she did, it was only like maybe 15 minutes, I think. But yeah, she definitely been over there talking her shit. So salute to her. But we definitely one day we gonna have to get Ryder Creator up here, man, to talk her shit.
Yeah, let me make sure I'm subscribed, man, because I ain't getting no notifications from Rob.
Yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and switch into this. Depending on how long this conversation goes, you know, we'll see where it goes from here. So this next story, I'm gonna play this piece right here from NBC News. It's from 6 days ago, and it's something I thought could create some much needed discussion when we talk about black men specifically. I want to say, because you know, when it comes to prison population in America, it's simple math, people. I look at it like there's a race of people, and there's a large percentage of us who are in prison. So any thing when it comes to recidivism rates of prisoners going back, and certain prisons trying to do things to rehabilitate instead of just putting you in a box and letting you wither until your time come type shit. Anytime I see that, it kind of sparks my interest. So this was a story that I found that I thought was interesting, something going on in California. I think there's 3 of these prisons in California who are instating different ways or things. And they've always had prison programs, but you know, California is a very liberal state, and they have a lot of different views on more liberal views on topics like this. You know, to tell you the truth, I couldn't see this happening in Texas, but when you look at the numbers of institutions that do instill these type of things, I think it's a good thing for the black community. So I definitely did, and not just for the black community, but for everybody. Because, yeah. So let's go ahead and get into this.
Add it to the
gun
screen.
towers, like card or something. From a distance, it's exactly what you would expect. Big fence, barbed wire, and of course, gun towers, like a prison postcard or something.
So it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. We're about 10 minutes away from going inside to Valley State Prison, supposedly one of the most progressive prisons in all of the country. The nickname is PrisneyLand, although from the outside,
so that's the one thing I do not like. It's called PrisneyLand. Is the nickname that it's given, and I don't know if that's a self-proclaimed nickname or if people just give it that. Either way, I don't like it, and I just wanted to point that out. I do not like the term PrisneyLand. It just it don't sit well with me. It don't sit well with me.
Looks pretty standard, but we'll see what the inside looks like. Let's go. Thank you.
Right inside, not much difference.
This is the deadly high voltage electric fence, apparently. Obviously, don't want to touch this.
But the more you get to know PrisneyLand, which officials say some locals refer to it as, you realize the first barriers coming down aren't actually physical.
And as we were talking, we don't really call them inmates here.
Incarcerated individuals.
Incarcerated individuals.
And that's where the differences between this prison and others around California just begin. Violence plagues our country's system of incarceration. When people get out, they have extreme difficulties finding a job. And while the data varies state by state, about half end up back in custody within a few years. All of that is why officials say the Golden State is trying to move in a new direction, starting a pilot program at 2 facilities with the goal to replicate the results in Scandinavia, where Norway says reforms over the last 2.5 decades have brought down the rate of reoffending within 2 years to only 20%, much lower than here in the U.S. They've also decreased the prison population significantly and have helped people reincorporate into society after they serve their time.
You have a key to your own cell.
Yeah, everybody has their own key.
Authorities here say the most important thing they're trying to change at Valley State Prison is how it feels.
This is the central courtyard.
Yeah.
I feel very peaceful just looking at it.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Am I recording?
You're on, man.
Officials told us the only way to truly understand the reforms is by coming and experiencing them.
One of the principles of the California model is normalization. And the idea is we want to make the environment inside our institutions as normal as possible, with the goal of not releasing somebody who's institutionalized, but releasing citizens back to the community who have practiced normal pro-social behavior.
What about the argument that somebody might see this and say, well, isn't part of the goal punishment in some way? Why give them all of this nice stuff?
So I would say that people go to court to be punished. That's up to our judges and our juries. And when they come into our institutions, our goal is to basically help them become better citizens. So with that in mind, we are not in the punishment business.
You there, bro?
Damn, I was on. My bad. So yeah, to this point, we haven't heard, anything about what type of prisoner, or if it's every prisoner, and that's something that I heard you bring up. And when they're talking about punishment, do you think that this should be for every prisoner?
The question, and I was trying to make sure I didn't miss it. My assumption is this is a place for prisoners who's already been to a prison. They get transferred to this for a reason, or you get locked up and you go straight here. Do anybody get locked up, get sentenced, and go straight to this prison?
I would hope that, and that's the thing. I think they might touch on it later on. But I would think that, like you said, it would be something where it's like for lower security risk individuals type of thing.
Because what it almost sounds like to me, if they're being transferred after serving so much time, at a state or a federal prison for a non-violent crime, it's almost like a halfway house. I'm pretty sure y'all know what a halfway house is. It's like
Yeah,
when you
see,
get most of your time and you're about to get out, you go to a halfway house, and it's like an adjustment period. That's what I look at it as. That's what this sounds like.
Right. And to see the way it was presented, it didn't come off like that because it said, what's the name? Valley State Prison. The name of it didn't sound like that, I think. That's why I didn't take it as that, because I think it was Valley State Prison was the name.
I think the bigger question is for the other prisons / rehabilitation bullshit. What are they doing for the, like they say, the incarcerated individuals to prepare themselves to walk the street again after serving a long sentence, where people can tend to become institutionalized? You know what I'm saying? If you're not helping the prisoner,
right, and I think that's what they're gonna get.
Go ahead.
I think that's what they're gonna get into in a little bit. But yeah, I definitely feel you. If they not, like, what are you doing to? That definitely brings up a good point.
We're in the rehabilitative business.
A big part of that rehabilitation, a wide array of programs where the population learns a variety of coping and calming skills.
And she is a good horse.
Did you know you were going to be grooming horses in prison?
No, to be honest, I thought I'd be stuck in a cell, maybe a few rehabilitation groups, but it helps me, cope with, a lot of stresses I deal with, day to day here in prison.
The hope is that creating a more positive environment makes the men locked up here more willing to rehabilitate. Of the total incarcerated population of 3,000 here, the prison says 2,400 are enrolled in training or education programs, including high school and college.
This day is the first day of the rest of our lives. We can start our day at any time.
When you came in and you saw what this was, what was your impression?
I thought I was going to come to prison and get worse, but coming to prison actually saved my life.
Wow. Say it again.
Coming to prison saved my life.
Since they started running these programs in 2017, Valley State Prison says it's reduced violence compared to other peer facilities. According to reports from the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, prisons across the state have seen between 15 and 32 homicides total each year between 2017 and 2021. At Valley State, 0. And only 1 recorded assault or battery against staff versus the hundreds at other facilities.
So you see the badge, it says California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. So it looks to me, it doesn't look like a program to me. I don't know if is that what you're getting?
I mean, that's what it seems like. But now that you point this out, it's going back to what the guy said. They get punished when they're in, I guess, in court. When you get, it's our job to rehabilitate you. You know what I'm saying? And just like that guy said, prison saved his life. If you are someone who didn't commit one of those crimes where you're going to spend the rest of your life in prison, that's what prison's supposed to do for you. It's supposed to help change and save your life because of the direction you're headed. That's why it's supposed to be like a rehab. I forgot, correction. That's what it's called, correctional center. It's supposed to correct the behavior, save your life or continue doing this stupid shit, because you're going to end up either getting killed or you're going to end up here for the rest of your life. So that's what prison's supposed to do for those who are not spending their entire life there.
Right, I agree with that. We can go ahead.
Facilities.
Get in the middle, you guys are going to circle me.
One of the most successful programs is dog training. Inmates working with puppies to become service dogs, eventually sent to help people across the country.
For a long time, we were releasing citizens back into the community that had not improved their thought process. They had not rehabilitated from their behavior, and they go out and reoffend. And so when you start to introduce rehabilitative programs, when you start to introduce hope into this community, you really are transforming their thought process.
We followed a few of the dog trainers back to their cells. The doors lock from the outside, but they look a little more like something else.
Feels like a dorm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Did you expect that when you came in?
No.
So right now we are walking your dog.
And one thing I definitely it feels like to me, and I think I probably should have did some more research when it comes to exactly what prisoner, because I don't think they touched on that in this. I'm gonna just play the last part of it to see if they got any further information.
Steve Patterson, after taking us to PrisneyLand, is joining us now. We are so grateful to you for bringing us that inside look with that rare access, Steve. So here's a question, right? And some of those numbers, pretty noteworthy that you talked about as it relates to this particular facility. What about if one of the goals is to prevent reoffenders from coming back into the prison system? Is that actually working? Is it helping some of these incarcerated individuals, as they call them, lead more productive lives after they get out?
You know, I think it's important to say all of this is still too early in the program's life.
Okay.
We're still in the proof of concept territory, right? This is a pilot program at 2 of the state's more than 30 prisons. What does it look like when you scale that up? We just don't know yet. What I can say, though, is that the early data is really promising. The stories that we've heard both in the inside and the outside speak volumes. And it's so important because we were able to get that access. So there's so much more reporting that we've done on this, from the women's prison across the street to some of the vocations training that they're doing, to a guy who was released from behind bars after more than 10 years. All of that, including some more of the data, I can't wait to share with you. Allie.
We can't wait to see it more here on.
So yeah, it's definitely in its inception period. I don't want to go to D-Love say, how do they decide who gets admitted to the facility? Yeah, like that's the thing. I don't know, but I would think it would. I would hope a rapist who's assaulted a woman isn't going out and playing with horses and dogs and shit and playing basketball and shit like that. That's I don't think that the state would do that, but definitely non-violent. I would assume that it would be non-violent crimes.
Yeah, that only makes sense,
right?
But to share a story with you, I have a friend, childhood friend, who I think he robbed the pizza man. I think this happened when he was like 12, 11, 13 years old.
Damn.
And he shot him. He got it and died. I think he shot him like in his leg or something. Do you know he's still in prison, bro? He the same age as me now, and this happened when he was like 12. He been in prison for 30-something years, bro. Yes, so it was a violent crime.
Right.
But, and he wasn't sentenced to life. So why is he still in there, bro?
You know what I would say? I would think he would have had to caught more cases behind bars.
Now, unless he lied to me, because he hit me up every blue moon in my inbox. You know how they get these cell phones and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he go up for parole every year, whatever it is, and they deny him every time, bro. So it's like,
that's what I would say. Look up his number, because it's all public. If you look up his name, you can get his number and you can actually see. Because I like I told you about somebody I grew up with who got locked up at 17, and I look up the number and he's still catching cases behind bars.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get with you after the shows, see if I can do that, because I don't understand. Yeah. His man, he get his hopes up high. He hit me up, man, I'm up for parole, and they deny him every time. And I'm like, what's happening? Like, are you telling me the whole story? Are you telling me what's going on?
That's the thing. There's injustices that do go on, but behind bars, from what I've seen with the experience that I've had, there's certain things, you can definitely look it up and see. Once you get, in Texas is a TDC number. So I'm pretty sure in Georgia it might be a GDC number. But once you get that number, it's public information as to what cases in totality he's gotten charged for. And if any of them charges came after his initial charge, then that means he behind bars catching cases. which isn't uncommon.
Right.
So, yeah. D-Love say some people have took people out and never got locked up for it, but got locked up for theft. Yeah, that reminds me of how they get people for taxes. That didn't, like, was it Al Capone? I think his charge was taxes, but you know what he was into. So
absolutely,
they get you what they can get you for. Definitely, they definitely do.
And this, it's crazy that we actually talking about the story because a guy I work with, I know his family, and his brother just got out of prison. What, maybe November, maybe December. I think it was November. And I just happened to ask him today. Say, man, how your brother doing now? He just served 16 and a half years straight.
Damn.
And I asked him, I said, how your brother doing, man? He said, he on the run. I say, what? Bro, he said, he said, I guess he got a punk in prison or something, man. I don't know how the heck you do 16 and a half years and go right back. So he on the run right now for aggravated assault, bro.
Damn.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It you have to question, like, is it really a correctional center? Is it really a rehabilitation center? Because, you know, a lot of inmates do their time, get out and do the same dumb shit again, bro. I don't get it.
So and then on top of that, you know, to add to the story when it comes to amount of prisoners, if I'm not mistaken, America has the most amount of prisoners as opposed to any other continent, like country.
And you say that saying what? What do you think? Why is your United States different?
Well, for one, I think it's just because we're big. So we're going to have, it's just like Texas got more prisoners. Texas, Florida, and Cali got the most prisoners, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they're the biggest
state.
Yeah,
so that's why I think some of that takes place because, you know, Europe isn't as big as us. All these other, you know, world powers, a lot of them just aren't bigger geographically, and even if they are, then they're the countries, when it comes to the geographics of the country, is split up in a different way to where it's not all the numbers calculated like here. It's all 50 states calculated. So yeah, I don't know. I that's something I just wanted to touch on real quick, man, because I thought it was interesting. I've heard of prison programs, but the whole prison itself seemed like a program, so it kind of perked my interest.
I think you should do a short on that, man, because that kind of reminds me of the one you did with the babies.
Oh, the baby box.
Yeah, just to see what the world thinks about that, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know about it. Because if you wouldn't have brought it to my attention, I wouldn't have knew this was even going on. And if they show some type of success rate where they're at, this may be something that they can do across the country and have more prisons like this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
They actually did later on. I didn't show it just because, you know, they started going into other things, but they did say in I can't remember exactly. Was it Norway or there's a country across the pond that instilled something like this in it. Their recidivism rates were like 20% higher than in America, but who knows? It's so young with it that it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I think this is a good story, and I think it's worth following up to see what actually goes on and see if it's actually helping. I know it's early on, just like they said, but yeah, I'm definitely interested in that.
Yes, I will say that. Yes, and just shortly, D-Love. Yes, I do think in youth it would do more, especially in a juvenile detention facility. So I would say yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we're gonna keep the show pushing, and I actually did get us what we were actually missing. So we're gonna move on to the It's good. All right, so tonight feel good story comes from the brother who seems like he's one of the biggest assholes in hip hop, but he do got a heart at least for this one particular young lady, and we spoke about her in a couple of our past lives. So let's just take a look at 50 Cent. He really want to help Taraji P.
Mary J. Blige secure a high salary on one of his shows, and he now wants to do the same for Taraji P. Henson. Hey, it's Asia Sky for Hip Hop DX, and check this out. 50 Cent has bragged about helping Mary J. Blige secure a major bag for acting, and he's now looking to do the same for Taraji P. Henson. 50 previously reached out to Henson on social media after the Empire star revealed that she had fired her entire team for failing to take advantage of the show's popularity. At the time, 50 said, they dropped the ball. At Taraji P. Henson, I'm ready to work. Let's get it. GLG, Greenlight Gang, G-Unit, Film, and TV. Now 50 is leveraging Mary J. Blige's salary as evidence that he is serious about working with the Oscar nominee. Taking to Instagram on Wednesday, January 10th, 50 said, someone called me today thinking I was about working with Taraji P. Henson till I told them what I made stars pay at The Real Mary J. Blige to be on Ghost. I ain't out here around. Mary J. Blige stars in Power Book 2 Ghost as Monet Stewart Tejada in what is her first ever regular TV role. The R&B icon is reportedly paid $400,000 per episode, which makes her one of the highest paid women in TV, and this is more than double what Taraji P. Henson was being paid to star in Empire, although the show had more episodes. 50 also recently publicly reached out to Henson's Empire co-star Terrence Howard after he also aired grievances over his pay on the hit show. 50 said, at the Terrence Howard, call my phone. I will get you the money they were supposed to get for you. I'm not playing no games over here. Howard, who starred in 50 Cent's
Hold on, you gotta do that behind the scenes, brother. You got to do that. Hey, I like to hear it though. I like to hear it.
Pleasure with the Empire salary, even filing a lawsuit against his own agent's CAA for not prioritizing his interests.
These days and what was going on in your life, did you have a gut feeling that this movie was going to be really transformative?
No, check this out. I made $12,000 for doing Hustle and Flow. And then on top of it, what Paramount did, instead of putting my name as Terrence Howard performing the songs, they put performed by DJ. Well, they own DJ. So guess what? The performance royalties went to Paramount. They
wait a minute. They didn't go to Terrence Howard. They went to
$12,000. That's all I ever made from Hustle and Flow. Everything else went right back into Paramount. So now I got to sue Paramount or send them a letter.
Are you serious?
I got to send them a letter to say, hey, you guys owe me about 20 years worth of residuals and performance royalties. But I didn't know. I was just trying to pay my rent then. I made $6,000 doing Crash. Crash didn't.
I remember the movie Crash. Yes, that's right. That's right.
The business don't pay actors anything. That's why the strike is going on. Actors are struggling.
Howard claimed that he was paid $325,000 per episode at Empire's peak, but said racism was the reason he was paid less than other leading men like John Hamm and Kevin Spacey, who each bagged around $500,000 an episode for their shows Mad Men and House of Cards. So what are your thoughts on 50 Cent helping Mary J. Blige secure a high salary?
Well, salute to 50, man. He trying, man. He trying. He definitely is in that realm of production. And I seen he had a couple what I assume to be sponsors that he tagged along with his post because it said something cognac and something like I would assume those were sponsors, but definitely salute to 50, man, for like, hey, man.
Yeah, I gotta salute 50 for that, man. It's almost like we was talking about with Cat Williams and having a generous heart, wanting to help people, whether dropping off a bag on them or giving them a job that's gonna pay them what they're worth, man. And $400,000 a episode, bro. Come on, like it makes you wonder what is Taraji or Terrence Howard waiting for, bro. What are they waiting for?
And
I believe 50, bro.
Yeah, most definitely. And I got some new information when they said, didn't they say something about Taraji like firing her team or something?
Yeah. She actually said that in the interview.
And you know what? That's what you brought up when that shit first popped off. You was like, man, her circle is not what it should be.
Right.
If that's the case, then her circle is not doing for her what it needs to be doing.
Yeah, just like Willie D, people should have helped him write interview questions. But anyway, go ahead, bro.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you gotta circle around you for a reason, man. And when it comes to a council, there's what is the saying? There's gains to be had in the search of many counsel. I fucked it all up, but you know when you have a council around you, it keeps you on point. Definitely keeps you thinking forward. You know, the wrong people around you, it ain't gonna be right. It can't be right.
Yeah, I mean that's why people have agents and financial advisors. You pay them for them to help you make the best decision for you. Now there are some crooked ones. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
But if you don't, and I think if you don't know anyone from the ground up who has his position, then you have to put your trust in somebody that you hire. Understand that.
And 9 times out of 10, who is it gonna be?
You don't do that.
It's gonna be your homeboy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be your childhood, you know, your ace boom coon.
But at the same time, you got to be smart. If you're gonna hire them, they still got to have some good credentials, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I seen Vivica Fox. What Vivica Fox? She's like, she was. I'm unbothered. I've been getting what I'm supposed to be.
And they eating her ass up under that video too. But if she's good, I'll take her word for it. Because if I ain't good, I ain't finna say I'm good.
She said, "Oh, I'm good. I'm good." He brought that Taraji shit to Vivica Fox, and she was like, "Hey, look, I'm okay. I'm good." Now, that either mean one or two things. It either means she good taking them rates that she getting, she good because she got the right lawyers and agents, managers that keep her on some money bags. Goddamn.
And some people, one thing I heard 50 say in a short on Instagram is some people know how to live better with not as much money as the celebrities than they do, because you have to know how to live within your means. If you're spending more money than you're bringing in, you's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? So she might not be the richest celebrity or richest actress,
right.
But she knows how to spend her goddamn money.
Yeah, and shit, that's for every damn body. If you spending more than you making, that ain't it. That ain't it.
Absolutely.
That's definitely not it. Shit.
I wish she said it in a different way. It came off like sucks to be.
Hey, D Love hit the nail on the head because it sure did. She like, fuck you mean Taraji? Taraji, she ain't got her shit right. That's what it basically. That's what it sounded like when she responded to them asking her, asking Vivica Fox about that shit. She like, oh shit, not me, goddamn it.
See, me personally, I didn't take it like that because
I did. Shit.
She put. Remember, I said it's a sandwich effect. You got the bun. I'm finna hit you here first, but I'm gonna get to this meat first, and then I'm gonna hit you with another bun. What she did was, my sisters got each other back. To me, she did that in the right order before she said, "Oh, I'm good."
You soften the blow.
There you go.
You soften the pig up.
Yeah. For real. Yeah.
Wow.
D-Love say, but you don't kick someone when they're down. Of course not. Like I said, if I don't know if that was her intentions to come off that way, because I can see how anyone can take it that way. Right. Because of how Taraji broke down, and then she was very kind of nonchalant about it. Shit, I'm good, I don't know, but I see why you say what you say, and I can't 100% disagree. I just didn't think she meant it that way, but if she did,
yeah, I got a hint of it. I got a hint of it. Like that hint of lime and burrito chips with the hint of lime. That I got a hint of it. Yeah.
Oh man, D Love says she nice nasty. Well, hey, some people are like that. I know people like that. Nice nasty. But yeah, that is tonight. All right, bro. Yes, tonight's feel good story of. Oh, excuse me. Tonight's feel good story. I don't know. I want to add something else to it, but salute to the bro, the asshole himself, 50 Cent, trying to share the wealth. And that's what I feel like a lot of people should do when you're in that position of power that 50 has. 50 got money. He got that loan money. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he made it to the billionaire status yet, but if he keep investing his money in things and projects and shows and whatever he's doing, and he'll be a billionaire real soon. I do believe that. But yeah, we're going to keep the show rolling as soon as Jizzle get back.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought I was muted. Shit. What? Most definitely. I think we're gonna go ahead and into this situation we chopped it up about, man. This next story, man.
Oh yeah.
This next story is wild. It's wild. I don't even really want to give any preface to it because I want the audience, I want the people in the chat, I want y'all to tell y'all honest opinions about this, because me and Boss was kind of, backstage like, well, what the fuck? He said that, but he meant, what really happened? Well, I don't know. This shit real. This is January 4th that this happened. It's a story from Indianapolis, Indiana. It's a weird ass city, man.
You want to jump into that one?
Oh, we had something before that?
Yeah, we had Stephen A.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do the Stephen. Okay, we're gonna do that. Yeah, let's. I'm glad you caught me, bro, because I was about to go into it too.
Yeah, no, you good. So we gonna get to the meat and potatoes shortly after this. But this one caught my attention today. Stephen A., Jason Whitlock. Of course, I'm pretty sure you guys are all familiar with Stephen A. I'm not sure if you know who Jason Whitlock is. I believe he used to work for ESPN a while ago, but right now he's doing his work right here on YouTube. And he's been throwing some shade towards Stephen A. direction over the last few years, and he took another advantage of the Cat Williams situation to do it again. Y'all check this out.
To Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp, y'all can come at me if you want to, but I will drop these facts on y'all. Stephen A. Smith, you all have seen me and Stephen A. Smith beefing back and forth, and he's calling me fat bastard, and he's going to expose this truth about me. He's part of this whole alphabet mafia, and that's not calling him gay. That's not what I'm doing, but he's part. The alphabet mafia is the LGBTQ, BLM, Barack Obama, feminist. It's that whole cabal that I was telling.
That's the first time I've heard that, but I don't know which one of those groups that Stephen A. fit in, but that's the first time I heard that. But yeah, I just want to point that out.
Telling you about yesterday, and Stephen A. Smith is a part of that, and he's and this is why I told when I said to Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp, like, y'all can come at me if you want to, but I will drop these facts on y'all because my journalistic instincts and just willingness to research. And so Stephen A. Smith wrote or had someone write, because Stephen A. Smith can't write, had someone write a memoir, Straight Shooter. And he shouldn't have done that. And just like Cat Williams is breaking down to you, like, look at these lies that Steve Harvey is telling. And look at this deal, how Kevin Hart is a plant. If you go look at Stephen A. Smith's narrative, many people, including myself, that know Stephen A. Smith's narrative is like, this makes no sense. This dude could barely write, had editors at the Philadelphia Inquirer that had to rewrite everything, knows virtually nothing about any other sport other than the tiny, tiny bit he knows about basketball.
So that was Jason Whitlock's, I guess, side of the story. And from what I heard, man, listen, hold on. Let's just go ahead and do Stephen A's real quick, because just listening to that for a second time, to me, it's easily understood what he's doing. If you can't see through that bullshit, yeah, I'm gonna let you hold my glasses. But this is what Stephen A. And I only took bits and pieces. If you want to watch the whole show that Stephen A. did on this, I'll put that in the chat. But let's check out Stephen A.
Sat back for years, at least 9 to 10 years, saying absolutely nothing about this man. I never uttered the words fat bastard out of my mouth until a few months ago. So that means that the previous 9 years, you never heard me speak on him at all. But now it's necessary. Because you see, if you listen to the fat bastard, I didn't play high school ball. Even though my coach's name was Harvey Stoller, it was Thomas A. Edison Vocational and Technical High School. I played there my senior year. I was in a basketball tournament at Fashion Institute of Technology where I dropped 27 points and got a scholarship because the coach came calling me after that and what have you. If you listen to him, I never had a scholarship to Winston-Salem State, even though it's on the books. Just call the university. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm an honorary doctorate member. But this man will tell you I'm lying. He even went so far as to say my autobiography, where I talk about my mother, my father, my sisters, the business, my hiring and firing and rehiring at ESPN, I didn't write it. Which, by the way, is a New York Times bestseller, something he wouldn't know anything about. He's seen my writing. Really? This article is an article written on Deadspin.com. How Jason Whitlock is poisoning ESPN's Black Grant Land.
So, Jizzle, before I even give my response, with what you've heard, and there's a lot more that was said, but, you know, we don't got that much time to just listen to the whole show of each, you know, participant in this beef.
Yeah.
What do you take from this, my brother?
And I even seen before, I think before we went live, I seen Jason Whitlock with a response to his response. So they going back and forth, they going up through the ringer with it. But just knowing who Jason Whitlock is and the type of shit he be on when it comes to, I guess, he always got some type of controversial shit, saying this and that, saying, especially when it comes to black athletes. From what I know Jason Whitlock as, he's the one who, whenever a black athlete does something, he's right there trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. Now, in some cases, you know, Draymond Green or whatnot, definitely he got a point. But, yeah, I as far as the memoir, can't nobody write a memoir but the person. Now, I don't give a damn when it comes to the edited, you know, because every author has to be edited when it comes to making a book. You could be the best writer of all time. You still going to send it to an editor. You still going to have somebody read over it before it comes out. Just to have a second, like I was saying, in the eyes of many counsel, you're going to have people look at it before to say, oh, this sentence is constructed grammatically incorrect. Let's change it to this. So, you know, as far as if he wrote his book or not, I don't know. But one thing I do know is if it's your life and you give somebody your life and they write it for you, even if that was the case, then shit, it's his story. Like I don't know, Jason Whitlock, man, he just be on some weirdo shit to me for a long time. This is not new with Jason Whitlock. So
yeah, if we going by what he said and spell check right, everybody's shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, to me, is he gave himself away, which I don't think I put that in his video. It's like the beginning of his rant is he was talking about Cat Williams and how Cat Williams and him think alike. And he was talking about, of course, Kevin Hart being a plant, and now he's saying that Stephen A is a plant also. Like he's been placed in this position. I don't know why he would be placed as an African American. No, we get shitted on. So it's hard for me to understand why they would put an African American as the face or one of the faces of ESPN. You feel what I'm saying? So that's one thing I definitely disagree with. But the end of the day, he just seen what happened on Shannon Sharp's YouTube channel, Club Shay Shay. And now he want to just do something similar. But it's not on a larger scale.
Right.
He's trying to create an issue with this man. And like you heard Stephen A say, man, I have not mentioned this man's name. But Stephen A said, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. God damn it. They say, man, I called my pastor, my brothers, my sisters, my mom, and I let them know what you're about to see is not me, but I have to do it. I apologize in advance.
Right.
And he went the fuck off. You watch the whole the show. He went
yeah,
the fuck
you know Stephen A about to go off when he get into that low voice, man. He get into that low voice. America, I want everybody to be clear. Like you could tell when he go into that bag, he really got something to say. And the thing with Jason Whitlock telling people that, you know, he's a plant, I guess, to say that he's the token. To me, it came off as he's the token Negro type of thing. Because yes, he is under contract with ESPN. But what I will say is black people have said the same thing about Stephen A as they have said about Jason Whitlock. They've been saying that Stephen A. Smith, he's overcritical of black athletes. But that's all the fucking athletes that it is. All the fucking greatest athletes is black. Well, what you can't be critical. Like, I don't understand that shit, man.
Yeah. I never agreed with that, man. That man is doing his damn job, and he also stated that same thing, not in the context about African Americans, but you might not like me because my job is to tell you how I feel about what you are putting out as a product or an athlete. Sometimes you're not gonna like what I say. Everybody don't hate me because the people who are doing great love me because I talk good of them. But if you are a high profile athlete and you're in the news, and one thing he did say, I don't do the personal shit. I don't get in your personal business. But if we talking about what you're putting out on the field or the court, yeah, you might not like me because if you suck, you suck. I agree with him 100% when he said that, bro.
And I have heard, you know, Stephen A mention, because the thing is, these people are in the public. So if you do something in the public that affects your on the court, then it's going to get talked about by someone who's an analyst of on the court just by proxy. Like just by proxy, if you miss 20 games because some dumb shit you did, he's going to talk about it. That's his job. So I don't know. I think Stephen A. Smith, when it comes to him, and I don't follow his channel. I definitely do know he has a YouTube channel, so he's doing his own thing, which his numbers is crazy. You know, as they should be in the position that you work for ESPN, your numbers should be crazy on YouTube. But he does actually still do work for ESPN. Yeah. But as far as if he's a plant, I don't know. Dot say Stephen A is a plant. He is used to vilify black athletes while pretending to be pro-black.
And see, that's like we just spoke of. A lot of the news is black athletes, but I actually heard him when Brett Favre was in the news for stealing from goddamn welfare and all that shit. He went in on him as well. So I can't say he's used to vilify black athletes. It's like Ja Morant. Matter of fact, I think he wanted Ja to get help. He ain't come down on him like, you stupid idiot. Yeah, you deserve to be called an idiot for doing the same thing multiple times. Even your goddamn colleagues that play basketball ate your ass up. Stephen A. didn't. He says you need to get help. So I can't agree with that he's a plant or he's here to vilify black athletes. But you got to understand, when we talking about basketball, when we talking about football, who's mainly in the damn headlines most of the time?
You wouldn't be able to talk about. It's like you wouldn't be able to talk about anything. Like D Love say, has anyone ever seen him positively support anyone black? When you say him, who did you mean, D Love? When you said him,
Stephen A.
About who?
She's talking about Stephen A.
Positively support anyone black. I wouldn't think she would be talking about Stephen A. because I definitely have seen him do that. It's a difference between constructive criticism and tearing some. Okay, she was talking about Jason Whitlock.
Okay, my fault. My fault. I thought you were talking about Stephen A. My fault.
I would think, that's what I was thinking, because I mean, Stephen A. has been in support of a lot of black athletes through the years. Wasn't he? How did he come up? I'm trying to think. Didn't he come up from being? Was he the Jordan interviewer? No, that was Rashad Ahmad. That was Jordan interviewer. I think he was the AI interviewer, wasn't he?
I can't remember.
I think he was, because Ahmad Rashad always did Jordan interviews, and if I remember, I thought Stephen A. always did the Allen Iverson interview.
Yeah, because I think he started in Philadelphia. You might be right.
Right, I think that's correct. So definitely, he definitely. I've heard him speak highly of a lot of black athletes and support them. But it's a difference between constructive criticism and tearing someone down, and that's definitely true. I think, Boss, you would agree that that's a true statement.
Most definitely. And I just want to put this out here as well, and I shouldn't have cut it out of this video with Stephen A. because he brought up some things about his background, as far as him going to a HBCU, which is Winston-Salem State, and he got his doctorate there as well, so he's considered a doctor there because of the what he did for his school, his alma mater. Since he's been gone, he's also helped so many African Americans get scholarships, and I think it was over 65,000. So if he wasn't for his people, he wouldn't give a damn and give nothing to that college. You know what I'm saying? And it went realm. I think the price tag was over like $10 million or something like that, and scholarships. So I can't agree with that plant life. A lot of people say, it's just to cover this up. When we start doing that, we try to make excuses to not support our own people. And I don't think that's what he's doing.
D-Love say, Stephen, his delivery, and that's a thing that there's a lot of people, I think, where you can put in that category of the delivery. It's not so much what he's saying, it's how he's saying it and how he's delivering what he says. So I think with that, it's one of the things where I kind of look past it, even with people who, you may say, they just talking shit. Even with those type of people, it's like at some point when it comes to the delivery, I try to not just go strictly off of the delivery. Now, that when it comes to just tearing someone down, I think it's a fine line. it's a thin line between criticism and tearing someone down. But
let's keep it real, Jizzle. A lot of people will probably disagree with me and you because we think, and I don't want to make it seem like some arrogant shit, but we think logically about shit. We don't go with the masses, and when we don't, oh, y'all some Uncle Tom ass niggas, or oh, y'all niggas stupid. You know what I'm saying? Nah, nigga, we just got a brain on our head, and we don't go with what you say. That don't make us stupid. So we can be looked at just like some people would look at Stephen A. Think about it.
That's true. That's true. We definitely could, because we talk about Black topics, Black issues, Black people. So any criticism, to the right set of ears, any criticism towards anybody Black could be viewed as such. But if I'm talking about rap and hip hop, that's all I'm talking about. So if I'm talking about that, then it could come off like that. And if my delivery isn't right, then yeah, it could be taken as such. I do feel like, yeah, but
and yeah, it's just that, man. So yeah, I just wanted us to chop that up, man. And I'm glad we did. We got some great feedback from the chat, especially D Love, Dot, and now we got Nikki New in the building. What's going on, Nikki New? But yeah, we gonna keep the show moving and get to the meat and potatoes.
So yeah, this next I want to get the chat feedback on this next story when it comes to this story from Indianapolis, Indiana. It's a castle doctrine case off top. So, when I use the buzzword castle doctrine, we already know what that entails. Georgia is a stand your ground. Florida, Texas, stand your ground. I think Michigan might be as well, if I remember. There are some other states. Those are the only three that I know off the top of my head. I think Miss Cupcake can expound on that. D-Love, if you know any others, you can please enlighten us. But this is a story out of Indiana. I'm going to share this up. And I'm going to just employ the people listening just to take notes as you're hearing the information, because when I watched this off of first watch, certain things didn't fit. And me and Boss, we watched it backstage, and it was some more shit that just did. It was like, well, hold on, what? He said what? So man says he shot a home intruder with his own gun. And I think the news station could have worded that better, because that's not what happened. They could have wrote that title a little better. Let me share this, add this to the stage, and yeah. So just pay close attention, because they're actually gonna interview the man who was in the house, or who owned the house when the intruders came inside. So let's go.
Listen close.
I sat and watched now at my front door, and I still, like I said, I didn't register, man.
A homeowner on the city's Far East Side wrestled a gun away from a burglar.
So, and this took place, this was posted January 4th, 2024 of this year. Just to throw that out there. We're not just pulling up old shit from a long time ago. This some shit just happened.
And shot him. Good evening to you at 5 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Nicole Griffin. The homeowner survived the encounter. The intruder did not. Tonight, the Marion County Prosecutor's Office is checking out the man's story, a story he is sharing with WRTV's Adam Shooms.
And that homeowner tells me Tuesday night he saw that suspect walk up to his front door, put a ski mask on, and force himself inside the home. Inside the home, the homeowner tells me a struggle began before shots were fired.
He smacked me in the head with the gun and told me I knew what it was. And then I'm like, I yelled out. I said, hey, they're trying to rob me.
More than a dozen bullet holes marked Brent Smith's home on Indy's Far East Side.
Signs of what he says was an act to protect himself. Police say it was an attempted home invasion. Smith says the suspect's gun was fired as he was struggling with the masked man.
When the gun went off, I hear thousands of gunshots. So I was trying to get up here to push my door back up, but they kept firing. So
never mind. Let me keep on playing because I wanted. We're gonna run it back. I'm gonna run it. Because I got questions already. But let me go back, man, because it gets a little.
As you struggling with the masked man.
When the gun went off, I hear thousands of gunshots. So I was trying to get up here to push my door back up, but they kept firing. So the guy, it was his gun. I had his gun. So I opened up my door and was shooting out. But when I opened the door, I didn't even know he was right there, man. I didn't know I shot him, man.
Smith says a group of people then got in a car and sped away.
That don't make no sense, man. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that.
But in Indiana, people have a right to defend their homes.
What the law says specifically is that I am justified in using reasonable force.
Okay, I just want to go over, and I see the questions popping up already, and that's the same questions, some of the same questions that I had. So I'm gonna go back and just play his account of what happened, so people can grasp logistically what happened. When I say logistically, I mean inside, outside. Was they inside already? Was they outside? And things of the sort. I'm gonna run it back.
Smith's home on Indy's Far East Side. Signs of what he says was an act to protect himself. Police say it was an attempted home invasion. Smith says the suspect's gun was fired as he was struggling with the masked man.
When the gun went off, I hear thousands of gunshots. So I was trying to get up here to push my door back up, but they kept firing. So the guy, it was his gun. I had his gun. So I opened up my door and was shooting out. But when I opened the door, I didn't even know he was right there, man. I didn't know I shot him, man.
Smith says a group of people then got in a car and sped away.
That don't make no sense, man. I didn't want to do that.
So it was more than one person, obviously. Can we agree on that?
Absolutely. That's what they just said.
It was a group that sped off afterward. So I still don't know if it took place in the house or outside of the house.
That's the question I got.
Because he said he got the gun from him, and he was in the house, and he shot out. And then when he shot out, he said that he didn't know he shot him. But then it goes back to the question, thousands of gunshots. Of course, we know there was probably not thousands. Of course, dealing with these guns we got nowadays with the switches on them, you hold it for 2 seconds and 9 rounds go off. So 9 rounds could sound like 1,000 to you if you wasn't expecting it.
So I want you to do one thing for me.
What's
that? Look at these comments and they remind you what me and you talked about. He's rather dramatic, ain't it? Now, if you can do me a favor and go back, okay, I want to point out one part that he said that makes me feel like this whole thing was outside.
Okay, let me go back. I don't know how far you want me to go back. I'm
You
go
can
back
start where you started from the last time is fine.
Okay.
When the gun went off, I hear thousands of gunshots. So I was trying to get up here to push my door back up.
Stop. Right up.
But they kept firing. So
are they on the porch right now?
Yeah, that's like a stoop.
Exactly. I was trying to get back up here to open this door, close it, shut his door, something. To get back up here. That sounds like you outside because
hold on. Let me play it one more time, and you can keep going from there. Because I sure didn't catch that.
As you struggling with the masked man.
When the gun went off, I hear thousands of gunshots. So I was trying to get up here to push my door back up, but
so when he said I was trying to get here to push my door back shut,
get up here. He said up.
Get up here. So if you're in the house, you could, logistically get up here could mean you was in the house, I think, as well. But it don't sound like that if there's stairs to go up.
Right. Now, didn't he say to shut my door or close my door? Or what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said.
If the people are inside with you, right, why are you trying to shut your damn door? You should be trying to get the fuck up out your damn house where the people are at shooting, right?
Well, if you're trying to fight or flight, and you choose to fight, then nah. If he's definitely in a fight or flight situation, so regardless if he was outside or behind the door, hypothetically,
nah, Jizzle. You heard what he said. Now he said he heard 1,000 gunshots. Now we know he probably exaggerating. But being
right, we know we can dead that. We know it wasn't 1,000.
Right. And I know that. But the point I'm trying to make is there was multiple gunshots. So it wasn't just the shots coming from the gun he had in his hand. So if you got all these gunshots from multiple people that's in your house, fight or flight ain't no damn question. I'm getting the hell up out of there because one shot I'm shooting ain't gonna kill multiple people, and these motherfuckers got guns. So what I'm trying to do is get out the house. So why are you trying to close the door? That don't make sense, bro.
Close the door and run out the back?
What? Now, only reason I said that was because you felt like go up there, go up to the front of his house.
Yeah. So I was going with your narrative with the maybe they was out on the front lawn. So that it sounds like you're thinking that it sounded like this altercation happened not even in the house.
I have no fucking idea where it happened at because his story is not adding up for me. Because he's given the narrative standing outside of his house, so we can be confused of how he's describing it when he could be describing it from inside the house. But right now he's outside the house telling you what the fuck he did. So I'm looking at what you're doing. You're telling me that you're trying to get what? You opening up the door and they in your house shooting at you?
All right, I feel you. So what we gonna go with? Let's go with what we do, we do know, or what is easily digestible. And I'm gonna get to that I want to I don't want to miss some of these because
you just say, all right, nigga, goddamn, I got
D Love said, I think they were in the house and it was his pipe. Oh, okay. See that it would make more sense if it was his gun. But the part, and I'm gonna skip down and come back. But when D Love, you say he got hit in the back of the head with a gun. That's how he started the story off. Is that he got hit in the head with the back of the gun, and I guess a tussle ensued, and he got the gun somehow. But
so was his door unlocked and they just walked in and he was sitting on the couch and his couch is in front of his door and they hit him in the head like, give it up. I'm not being funny, I'm being serious, like, because you see he got a screen door right there. That's what we call it anyway. Storm, what a lot of people call it. So was his door unlocked or did they, which I don't think they would shoot to get in. That would be stupid. You know what I'm saying? You're going to wake up the neighbors if they're asleep. So, I don't know, bro. This shit don't make sense.
Cupcake said, I want to know if he had been messing with Rodney's girl. I don't get the reference. I don't think Rodney's girl. Let me go back to the foot. Let me go back. I'm gonna just let it play. Because the thing about it, when it comes down to it, the law for this situation, it's quite specific. It gives you cut and dry what is legal and what is not legal, and that's what I think they brought a lawyer on to talk about in a second. So let me go ahead and press play.
They kept firing. So the guy, it was his gun. I had his guns.
I will say they was firing.
Mm-hmm.
So all these bullets and nothing hit you.
Nothing hit him.
So they was firing. This is close quarters. Even if I would even consider close quarters 15 feet. It's not point blank, but it's close quarters.
Let's think about it. One person got shot. Who shot him? Him or the other people that was firing?
He shot the dude a fatal shot, I might add, to the intruder, quote unquote. What you got? Why? You there? Oh.
I know what the story says. So you have to wonder if there's multiple people in his house. Where are these other people at when this other guy slapped him in the side of his head with the gun? Are they standing?
I would think they was behind. I would think they was behind him wherever he was at. Because if you close enough to slap someone and there's multiple people shooting, I would think that they would be behind the guy who, I guess, pistol whipped them or whatnot. I don't see no knot on the back of his head.
Exactly. So when I asked who shot him, how we know one of his homeboys that came in there with him to rob him didn't accidentally shoot him? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, it don't add up. But one thing about it, and I'm gonna go back to the law, and I kind of want to go off into that discussion because this one, I don't think will ever make sense out of the story. I'm just being honest, man. I don't think we'll ever make sense out of the story that he's giving.
Right.
So that's why I want to, because we'll be here all day, man, going back and trying to decipher that fucking story, man. I don't know shit. I had to watch that shit 3-4 times before we went live, and I'm still so yeah, man.
But my door was shooting out. But when I opened the door, I didn't even know he was right there, man. I didn't know.
Damn, let me mute up real quick one time.
Yeah, I didn't know I shot. Man.
Smith says a group of people then got in a car and sped away.
That don't make sense. I didn't want to do that. Yeah, I didn't want to do that.
But in Indiana, people have a right to defend their homes.
What the law says specifically is that I am justified in using reasonable force, including deadly force, if I reasonably believe that that force, meaning deadly force, is necessary to prevent or terminate an unlawful attack on or entry into my dwelling.
Attorney Guy Relford is an attorney and is also a firearms instructor. He isn't connected with this case, but says people like Smith who are in this kind of situation are protected legally.
If you're justified at that time, you have no obligation to retreat. In other words, run away first.
And that's what you said. Why wouldn't he? So in the law, the letter of the law, you have no obligation to retreat at the point which someone is intruded on your property.
Yeah, I need to know the time of day this incident happened. And I need to know that for a reason.
What's that?
Because if this happened in the daytime, I call his story cap. I call it cap. If it happened at night, I can somewhat go with what he's saying. But if this happened in the daytime, I don't believe those people were intruders.
So what are the reasons what makes you say that?
Because you gonna go rob somebody in the broad daylight. Now, we just heard, he said there was a group of intruders who got back in the vehicle and sped off. Another question, the guy he shot, was he dead on the scene? Because if he was dead there and they left him, they say a group, that means it was multiple people besides the shooter, or the guy who he killed. And at the end of this video, we heard them say it was one other person involved. That's bullshit. Not if he died on the scene and he said there was a group of people got back in the car, but y'all say it's only one other person. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. The multiple and the news story, yeah, they kind of didn't, they were kind of vague about the amount of people, but at the end they do mention one other person because they're looking for another person, which what they'll say at the end. D Love says he must have been tapped by a ferry. I've been pistol whipped with my head open. I'm just saying, none of his story adds up, and that's where I'm getting at. That's why I'm trying to go off into this legal talk when it comes to this guy we see on the screen that look like Professor X off of X-Men. But D Love, nothing hit him close range. It's all of them bullets. I would think something hit somebody beside. I would think something hit him. Cupcake say none of this sounds like an intruder situation. Details are pretty straightforward in those situations. This sounds personal, but a recreated story for law enforcement.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Damn, Cupcake. Damn.
I'm with you, Cupcake. What I told you, I say, man, these niggas was in her house chilling with him, man. Something popped off, man. Something popped off.
You sure did say that shit, man. D Love agrees. Man. Definitely. Cupcake said I was held up with a gun and messed up for a long time. God got us. Were there any witnesses from watching this? No, there was not. My thing, that question leads me to something where I would think that, because he said if we go back in our memory banks when the story first started, it said that, or he said, the homeowner said that he seen him come up and then put a mask on. And in that case, a lot of homeowners have security cameras. I would not be a homeowner without, I would have something, a door camera, something, just something. But, you know, especially in a city like this, which is Indy, Indianapolis, which, you know, Indiana, man, it got some cities, man, where that shit goes down. Gary, Indiana, if you look up per capita murders and crime in Gary, Indiana and Indianapolis, it is through the roof when it comes to per capita, meaning when it comes to the amount of people there and the amount of crime that happens, it's through the roof. In these cities like this, man, shit, I'm gonna have my shit at least 3-4 cameras around my damn place, because but as far as were there any witnesses, there were none mentioned or said.
Just if he had a camera and he's seen these guys come up to his crib, how the hell they hit him in the back of his head?
In the back of what? Yeah, and it
like,
said
if you see them coming, whether he had a gun or not, they should never been able to hit you in the back of your head. They could have told you lay on the ground, niggas. You know what this is? Hit you in the back of the head. Come on, bro.
And you got a fresh baldy at that. Let's not forget about the fresh baldy brother got, man. You would see something. I didn't see nothing. I seen him turning around. I was looking. I said, well, maybe he didn't get a clean shot off. He grazed him with the butt of the gun or something like that. I don't know, but that's definitely a metal object hitting a baldy. I would think it would be something.
His nigga story ain't adding up, just.
It ain't, man. Let's go off into what he about to say next, though, man.
All right.
I think it definitely goes into the law, the letter of the law, man. So,
treat, in other words, run away first before you defend yourself. And there's a sort of treat, in other words, run away. You have no obligation to retreat. In other words, run away first before you defend yourself. And there's a sort of, and that's what makes it a stand your ground law.
Indiana law doesn't require proof that anyone was scared for their lives or anyone else's inside the property, just proof that someone was trying to break in or commit a crime.
So I mean, all of this will be talking. All of this speculation that we have been speculating on, when it comes down to the law, it doesn't matter if the person was scared or not. The law says it does not matter. The law says if that person is on your property and you feel a certain way, well, hold on. Let me go back, man. Let me go back. I don't want to misquote it.
Your ground law.
Indiana law doesn't require proof that anyone was scared for their lives or anyone else's inside the property, just proof that someone was trying to break in or commit a crime.
Bingo.
Proof.
Bingo. So going back to my narrative, if they was in there playing PlayStation 5, they had money on the game, or they was in there playing dice and they had big bucks on the dice game, motherfucker said, I ain't paying you shit. Nigga, what? Hey, shit just went left real quick. That does not give you the right to kill some damn body, bro. I'm telling you.
So you saying that's not proof enough? That's not. So you're saying basically his what? And definitely, of course, the news, they didn't give his full response or full account of the situation, because I feel like it would have been longer than that. But you feel like what they did show, it didn't prove that it was warranted.
I mean, look at the vehicle they just showed. That vehicle was outside, of course. There's shots that went through that goddamn car too. So of course there was multiple shots, like he said. I agree with that. But who shot that car by accident? Was it him or was it them? Because that means if it was the partners that came in there, that means they end up behind him and he ended up out the front door or close to the front door because they're shooting at him. That's why I asked, where was the nigga who hit him in the goddamn head with the gun who really shot him? Was it him or his buddies by accident? That's the fucking question, bro.
Oh shit.
You know I do this true crime shit, man.
Oh yeah. That's why I was like, hey, I gotta bring this to boss' attention because I definitely knew it would be some discussion involved. Carol Smith say, Indianapolis, you got to keep your head on the swivel, keep something on you, keep them up off you. She didn't say that, but that's basically what she said. I lived in Indianapolis a couple months, and I said I got to go. She said bodies found. Yeah, I've heard some things about Gary. I've heard some things about Indianapolis, Indiana. There's a lot of cities in the Midwest. Cleveland, Akron, Ohio, man, it goes down. You always hear about the Watts, California, the home of the gangland, and New Orleans, and but man, it's some cities in the Midwest, man. They not playing. They are not playing.
I ain't gonna lie to you. When I think of Indianapolis, I just think of goddamn big head ass Peyton Manning. That's all I think about.
Right, you would never know, man. And some of these cities, man, they not that big neither. They got a downtown like all cities, but you go downtown, you see what you see. You go 15 minutes west or east, and you see what you see, and the shit don't be good a lot of times. I know Kansas City is definitely one of those. I would include Kansas City definitely in this. Per capita murder crime in Kansas City, the numbers, I think they may have gotten a little better, but after I left, man, definitely is definitely not didn't look good, man. I'm gonna go ahead and play this out.
Okay.
Marion County Prosecutor's Office is still reviewing the case, and there has been no information on charges for Smith.
Y'all need to find you something productive to do.
But he's already made a decision on what to do after this life-changing event.
I've been here, man, for about 22 years, man. Like, man, I'm ready to, like my neighbors. Man, I'm ready to move.
In Indianapolis, Adam Schoombs, WRTV.
Man,
Wow. IMPD believes there was at least one other person involved in the incident.
look.
Anyone with information is asked to call Crime
Okay,
Stoppers.
so
Hold on, man.
hold on.
There was at least one other person.
So they said,
Wow. IMPD.
what?
No, go ahead and play the part you want to play, but I want you to go back to that window that was shot at. I seen something on it. I just want to make sure what I thought it was.
The window of what?
That car. It's a close-up look. It's a close-up view. It might have went
life-changing event.
I've been here, man.
It's before
about
this.
22 years, man.
Okay.
Like,
hold on.
Man, I'm ready. I'm like,
yeah, I see what you're saying. That car definitely got shot the fuck out.
Yeah, but it's something else I seen on that window though that I just want to make sure it wasn't what it was.
You talking about right here?
I don't think this is it. It's a real close
charges for Smith.
Y'all need to find you something.
Case, and there's been no information on charges for
You
Smith.
talking about that?
Y'all need to find you something productive to do.
Proof that anyone was scared for their lives or anyone else's inside the property. Just proof that some.
That car shot out.
Doesn't.
You talking about that?
No. I'm just waiting for it to keep playing and see if it goes to it. I'll tell you.
Require proof that anyone was scared for their lives or anyone else's crime. Marion County Prosecutor's Office is still reviewing the case, and there has been no information on charges for Smith.
Right now. What the fuck is that?
Let me see.
There's been no information on charges for Smith.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I thought it was blood right there. That's all I was thinking. I just wanted to see what it was.
Yeah, they got something hanging from the ring.
Yeah, I see what it is now. I just want to make sure it wasn't blood.
Find you something productive to do.
But he's already made a decision on what to do after this life-changing event.
I've been here, man, for about 22 years, man. Like, man, I'm ready. I'm like my neighbors. Man, I'm ready to move.
In Indianapolis, Adam Schoombs, WRTV.
Don't do
Wow.
it, bro.
IMPD believes there was at least one other person involved in the incident.
So they say is one other person at least. That now let me quote it right. Says at least one other person involved, and they sped off, and I guess they looking for him. Barcalar in the building. What's good? So they supposedly looking for him. I guess the other person, when he mentions about the thousands of shots, I would think that would mean that it's other people who were shooting at him.
IMPD believes there was at least one other person involved in the incident. Anyone with information is asked to call crime.
All right, cut the shit, man. When it come down to it, you dealing with a man in his household. This is his house. Nobody owns this house but him. So bottom line, if you tell them to leave and they don't leave, to me, it sounds like he had the right to still do what he did, no matter how crazy the story sounds. Because of course, I think he's gonna end up fucking himself off with all these stories and shit. He shouldn't have said a motherfucking thing to the news. I don't think he should have. He should have just went straight into, this neighborhood and this and that. And I've been here for 20 years. He should have just did that. He would have been better off doing that, because the story he gave, it don't sound right. Everybody in the chat who has commented about it, it just don't sound right. Barcalar say, bien y tú, soy muy bueno. Un día en trabajo como 8 a 10 horas y mis rodillas como cansada porque trabajar en plomera, pero está bien.
Man,
I ain't coming for no foolishness.
What the fuck is y'all niggas talking about?
He Barcalar answered. He answered me in Spanish, so I had to give him the Spanish. I'm a Texas man.
I'm looking for. Oh, I see it now.
Yeah,
I'm looking for what the hell Hispanic shit in here.
Yeah, don't oh, D Love with the Lo Siento. No necessity though. No, let me stop. D Love say, you know what I said? D Love. Okay. Mi alegro, mi amigo.
Hey, I can't say
Ocupado con mi trabajo. Okay.
Listen, this nigga is sucio. How about that?
Sucio.
This nigga dirty.
Yeah, I basically said I was working for 8 hours today, and today I was doing plumbing, so my knees hurt. That's basically what I said. But yeah, man. So let me get back to it though. Salute Barcalar, man. So when it comes down to it, despite the story that you heard, boss, when it comes down to the letter of the law, you are a homeowner and a gun owner. Is that true?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I'm about to interview you about this. So you are a home. So being in a situation like this, you would definitely think that the homeowner and gun owner has rights, even if you didn't use your own gun. Now, that's when I'm trying to help them out, man.
But I get what you're saying. It's just like a husband calling 911 and say, my wife been shot. He's in the house, she's in the house. The suspect ain't nowhere to be fucking found. His story is not adding up, so guess who becomes suspect number one? He do. So I get the fact that they were in his house, but were they invited? Were they chilling already? Did he?
Okay.
Hold on. Did he? I'm gonna just give an example.
Go ahead.
Did he lose money? And them niggas want their motherfucking money. He said, "No, get out my motherfucking house! Help! They're trying to rob me." No, them niggas want their fucking money, nigga. And they try to tackle you down to get their fucking money, and you take his gun away and you shoot him. Does that change your feelings about that man losing his life now?
Hypothetically, if that happened, I do think that it should be reviewed by counsel to review this. And I think when it comes to this case, with the lack of evidence and having to go off of basically his story, when it comes to the letter of the law, and I'm gonna keep going back to the letter of the law, I feel like this is his house. So his story for his house is this, and that's all they have to go off of legally.
Right.
That's all they can do. Speculation is not shadow of doubt.
Right. But his story, just like all of us here today or tonight,
I agree.
Tell that his story is not adding up. So their job is to piece this shit together. Like, wait a minute. If they're listening to his story on the news, like, I don't know what the fuck he told them. But if they're listening to his story, like, wait a minute, nigga, that don't make sense. So when the law says he has the right to protect himself in his home, regardless, I understand. But now you have to look at it differently. Like, wait a minute. What you saying, it's not adding up how the situation really happened. How did this situation happen? Because I think if it did not happen the way he said it happened, he's going to fucking jail. For real.
So you're saying basically that you said if it didn't happen how he said it, then he should go to jail for killing somebody.
Once they find out how it really happened, because if he's lying,
but that's the thing. How can you know how it really happened if there's no camera footage?
That's the thing. I don't know the type of neighborhood he live in, but obviously if I live in a neighborhood, I got a camera. So there's a camera across the street somewhere that shows you how them guys got in that goddamn house. I bet you that. And I'm going to follow this goddamn story.
I don't think, and definitely we gonna look out, and I'm gonna tell you now, it's the news station is WTKR News 3. That's where we got that. That's from January 4th in Indianapolis, in Indy, India. That damn place with the two damn names. That shit, shit got me tongue tied.
See,
but yeah,
Nick and News they did. They asked the neighbors for camera footage. See, see,
that's the thing. We can't assume though that there's just camera footage. Everybody got cameras and shit. He said he been in that neighborhood 20 years, and I bet you anything. I probably bet my bottom dollar that the people in his neighborhood been there the same amount of time. Might be retired. You seen that the houses didn't look run down. It didn't look like completely just like the neighborhood didn't look terrible. Of course, we know you can't go off of what a neighborhood looks like to say the crime that goes on in the neighborhood, but I would assume that there would be some kind of camera footage, but we can't always assume that there is, and that if there was camera footage, that it was pointing the right direction. People point their cameras at the shit they want to see.
Right.
So if you got a driveway and the house is on the left and your driveway on the right, your camera ain't gonna be shit for good because you pointed at your driveway. You want to see if someone come in your garage or fucking with your shit. So
somebody camera on that block is pointed towards the street. I bet you that. And all it's gonna take is a car that pulled up and a car
left.
the same car that
okay,
leaves.
so
That's
I can see that. I can see that, and I'll give you that. I give you that because usually there is something pointed at the street. Because if a car comes and goes, you want to see what car it is.
Compared to the time of the situation.
The time, to maybe get a description of the vehicle, such and such. But you do that for your house. You don't do that for the neighbor's house. You want to see who's coming and going from your house. But what I will say is, did you see how close those houses were together?
Trust me, bro.
There was a. I already know you did. If you was thinking that thing was blood on the windshield, then I definitely know. I already know how you look at this shit. But the house is definitely the neighborhood, and that's what we see is these subdivisions and whatnot with these houses 6 feet apart. I still stand. I'm standing on my square, man.
Okay.
I'm standing on my square. As in, when I say standing on a square, I mean I don't believe his story is what truly happened, but I do feel like if he told somebody to leave and they didn't leave, and they refused to leave, and they were aggressive towards him, then I feel like if it's his property, at a certain point, there had to be a boiling point. No matter what the situation, I think there had to be a boiling point to where he's got to make a decision.
D-Love, I'm going to do that after the show, because if I do that now, we're going to be here for another hour or two, because I'll get deep into this shit. She want me to Google map his house.
Where John Q at?
Map work, goddammit. But
work on there.
One thing you did say, and I'm going to leave it alone, but one thing you said is you don't believe his story is 100% true. And I will say this. If folks find out that his story is not 100% true, you're lying about something, or you're avoiding a part of the story for a reason. And that's what's going to really determine what happens to him. Because they're going to want to know, well, why didn't you tell us this? You told us this in the beginning, but we found out that this is what happened, even though maybe part of your story was true, but you left this out. What happened? And if I can't say my allegations is what really happened, but I'm just giving an example because his story's just not adding up. So if he's lying about something, he's lying to cover something up. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. What up, Raw?
Rider creator in the building. What's good? Matter of fact, I want to find her channel link and drop it
Yeah,
in
do
the
that,
chat.
man. 'Cause I've been missing the live.
Go. I'll start. I wanted to read some of them comments though, man. If you could do that, and we could talk on that while I'm gonna go grab her channel link.
I'm gonna start with this.
Or
one.
shoot, brother creator, drop your link in there. You've been going live lately, and that'll be easier so I can keep up with the conversation. I can't walk and chew bubble gum, so brother creator, if you drop your link in there, definitely I would like, the people in here if they could sub up to Ryder Creator, because she definitely does create content. I didn't know it, but she does, so I definitely salute her for that. You good, Rod, coming in.
But D Love asked this question. She said, if he was inside, how did he see them walk up, put on a mask before he got hit in the back of his head?
That's
what I said. That's what I said.
I mentioned that as well. When it comes to the mask, that's what I was thinking about. Like, how did you just so happen to be peeking out the window like Goody Mob on some Goody Mob shit? You just so happen to see somebody walking up and put the mask on at the same time. That made me think he actually did have a camera, because how did you know that they did that if you sitting in your house somewhere?
Right, and that answers Nikki News questions. You generally don't see what's happening outside unless you got a camera. That's the only way.
Exactly.
It's the only way. Carol Smith said, I feel like I'm going in a time warp. Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm definitely going. I'm going to follow this case. And see what's the outcome. I want to follow this one, and I definitely want to follow the PrisneyLand, because I want to know what goes on, or what's the statistics that come after a period of time of these inmates. So, but this was a great live. I really enjoyed it.
And that prison was called Valley State Prison, that we talked about earlier, and I think there was 3 prisons in the state of California that are doing what they are doing, basically the same format type of thing. So, but definitely dope convo. I'm gonna be looking as well too, and when it comes to this situation, I feel like it's gonna, man.
Just say, hold on, nigga, goddamn. All right, I got you. Man, hey, when we talk about this type of shit, man, this is what I watch when I'm going to bed. I watch ID Discovery. So when we talk about these cases, man, I know what they're going to do, what the police is going to do, and how they're going to investigate it, because I watch it so fucking much, bro.
So then what could you legally do to the man? Like what, like this guy, what, all right, let's go down that rabbit hole. Let's go down the boss man Blake rabbit hole. And we gonna say that the dude, they ended up finding that his story is whatever. Like, we can't follow this. He giving answers and then say he gets a lawyer. I think he should already have a lawyer. He shouldn't have said shit in the first place. But the police be like, okay, this story isn't adding up. Then what do you go from there? Like,
they're gonna take steps by steps, because they're gonna realize where his story is flawed at, and that's what's gonna lead them to, okay, let's go check all these neighbors and see who have camera footage. Let's go see who heard what time was it that you heard this. You know what I'm saying? Did you see any suspicious thing going on? You know what I'm saying? Because right now the news footage didn't tell us about no fucking witnesses yet. But
no,
1,000 gunshots, we know it wasn't. Let's say it was 20, 30. Nigga, somebody heard that.
Yeah, people look outside when they see, and that's the thing. Curiosity killed the cat.
For real.
I don't look outside if I hear a gunshot, but that old nosy neighbor, man, they hear some gunshot, they looking out the window.
Yeah. I got it so bad, bro. I drive to work listening to true crime, bro. I swear to God.
I tend to, I definitely be on it. I like the cold cases, even though they kind of turn out the same. I just like, I guess, whenever so long goes by and you see these families finally get an answer, I like seeing that. Even though the answer, they already knew it, but it gives them something. Like, because it not knowing anything, I think, is even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, when there's no witnesses, you don't have nothing to go off of, you're losing time. But sometimes they catch a break, and you never know where that break's gonna come. But in this case, I feel like there is a witness, whether it was a camera or a neighbor. Somebody heard or seen something, I promise you, and it's gonna help them tie these pieces together that this motherfucker left out.
So what would it be? Involuntary manslaughter or something?
If it was some disagreement in the house while they was chilling or whatever, and they didn't break in, yeah, it would be involuntary manslaughter.
Right.
Because I think he was fronting like a mother. I'm sorry, y'all, but like you said, Nicky knew he was very over dramatic, and I called cap when I heard it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, involuntary manslaughter. That's the only thing I think I could even come to if he was to get charged. It would be that. I don't think it would be second degree murder. It wouldn't be anything like that. The alligator tears with it, wiping your face and ain't nothing wet. Move, man. Hey. Yeah, man. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all, man. It was a great one. I'm glad we saved this for the meat and potatoes, bro. I really
Oh yeah, definitely hit that like button on your way out. If you ain't hit it yet, definitely hit that like button. That we don't never hit the like or the dislike. I take both. I don't care what you hit. Just hit something. Shit. I've been meaning to say that more often, but I always forget once we get to chopping it up. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Any final words to the people?
All y'all beautiful ladies, y'all be ready. January 23rd, somewhere in that area. We having our what we call it? What we call it?
The album drop interview. What you? You talking about the Salute the Ladies, the Appreciation Day, Salute the Ladies live that we gonna do, the annual. You gotta add that on there because we did it last year, January 23rd, the annual Salute to the Ladies live stream.
Yeah, we got that coming up, and we got, don't forget, Truth Forum Volume 2 dropping the 19th. We will be doing an interview with Jizzle right here.
Oh yeah.
Bank Channel. So far what I heard, man, y'all in for a treat. 29 songs.
Yeah,
and I haven't been disappointed with not one of them yet. I know I'm biased because that's my dog, but I keeps it real. If I don't like something, I don't like it. But so far, so good, goddammit.
I already appreciate that. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. One last comment. Carol Smith say that's about like those teenagers in Texas that family went through the whole trouble to try to get rid of everything, but left the weapon in the middle of the floor and didn't delete the home surveillance. It's some cookie crumbs around that thing, man.
Trust me, and they gonna find it. Like it's too hard to get away with crime these days because technology has advanced so much. So,
and the thing is, the detectives, he has a reason to have gunpowder. Like they say, there's gunpowder residue on people's hands who shot, and there's ballistics. There was a car sitting out front. You see which direction. They know which direction bullets go. They can see the trajectory of the bullet. If the bullet went that way, if there was thousands of bullets coming at him, quote unquote, the trajectory would show that in the forensic bullet science analysis, however they fucking word that shit that I'm forgetting right now. But definitely, man, we're gonna stay abreast of what if anything else comes out. Maybe nothing else comes out. That's the thing with some of these things, man. It'd be a story, and that'd be it. So we'll see, though.
Hey, if we had this song already ready to go with a video, That damn true crime song.
I know. Hey, the true crime song and the Lex beat with the
oh yeah,
Mado is there's two songs that go with that story.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 29 songs, Rob. 29 songs. I couldn't dwindle it down. It's been 3-4 years since my last solo project. So definitely I had a full clip, and I'm just gonna release the whole clip. Skip past it if you don't like it. Go to the next one. You're gonna like the next one though. But now Appreciation Day, there's enough space in my driveway for a bench. Oh, okay. Yeah. It may not be a Benz truck, but you know, somebody may walk up out of here with a Cash App or something. You know, I think Ryder Creator won last year. We that'll be some shit if Ryder Creator won this year again. We might have to put another prize in there if Rod win again, man. That'd be crazy if she wanted it. But definitely salute to Ryder Creator. If y'all scroll up, her channel is there. Definitely salute. I've been tuning in to what Rob been kicking over there, man. And she got a head on her shoulders. I will say that. You know, it was, you know, she was over there chopping up about the cat shit, chopping up about the you know, women's you know, the whole, she's getting deep with it. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna leave it a cliffhanger with that. But definitely salute to Ryder Creator.
We gotta get you up here on this panel one of these shows, Rob.
Oh yeah, one of these, man, Ryder, you gotta come up one day. Now that I done heard you speak, one day we gotta get you up here, Ryder Creator. We're gonna get you up here and just interview your ass. God damn it.
Yeah.
You know, salute Miss Young in the building. What's good?
Miss Young in the building.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Before we get off, I just want to say to my sis, man, get well soon. I love you. My sister had a massive stroke. And she fighting. She going through a lot of therapy and all this. So salute to my sister, Laylo's wife, man. So salute. I love you, man. Get well soon.
Definitely. Best wishes, man. That's the recovery process. It's crazy. So
yeah, we're gonna go and get out of here. What you want to end with, man?
You do whatever you ain't gotta do the you ain't gotta do my shit, man. I kind of feel like throwing it back, man, to some fly shit or something, man.
Nah, so you just told me I can do what I want to do. I wasn't gonna do it. I was, but I said he gonna say, man, quit doing that. So we gonna do it like this right here. Y'all have a good one.
Okay.
Oh, I see you.
Okay.
Classic. Chisel.
One day.
Oh.
It's gonna be okay. Times like this, it only makes sense to say this. Now as this story gets told, it never gets old. The season is yours whenever it pours. Envision that goal. You could be anywhere, but you right here. Still standing, been through it. Severe damage and you still got it. Did what's best for you and yours and you still solid. You been through the fire, been through the rain. You ain't get tired and let it stay. Even when they try to say you insane. They can talk about whatever, but I came a long way from a short fall. Don't play, you gotta push on. When they say you done, you gotta keep it going. Keep it going till you never what? Never let them knock you off your square, baby. Keep fighting till the end and I'ma be there, baby. Keep on pushing though, you still got more to go. I see you facing trials and tribulations on that road. On that road, I know. Yeah, I know. I see you facing trials and tribulations on that road. I never get hard and it can be complicated. But right from the start you knew your heart could take it. But taking the loss, I know it's hard to face it. But you gotta make it. The trip, it don't get any easier. Don't think about who
don't believe in ya. See, life it don't come with an easy but sometimes you feel like you leave with nothing. So how do you live when you need the money? It's gonna be one day, and it will be okay. You gotta keep moving, pushing it forward. That's what you do when you kicking indoors. I only see one way, baby.
Never let them knock you off your square, baby. Keep fighting till the end, and I'ma be there, baby. Keep on pushing, though. You still got more to go. I see you facing trials and tribulations on that road. On that road, I know. I see you facing trials and tribulations.